Good evening. We are at the newly constructed Green Park Terminus in Nairobi, and if you can remember, Nairobi Metropolitan Services Director Mohamed Badi had issued a notice to conduct the second test run that involved picking and dropping of passengers here at the terminus, and the second test run was scheduled to take place from 4 p.m. to 8 p.m. And if you can remember, last month there was still the first test run which happened in the morning hours, and during that time there was a lot of traffic, and many passengers complained of walking for long distance even to get to work, and some go to work and they were late. And today, when I spoke to some of the passengers, they were still complaining because the distance is a bit long as compared to railways, and some of the passengers who use matatus from Gong, Kibra, Rongai, others Dagoretti, they are still complaining that the distance is still long, and maybe they are requesting the government to make other alternatives, at least maybe to have a shortcut to this place, because the place seemed to be the distance seemed to be long. But I'm gonna leave you with views from Engineer Ochieng and some of the passengers who have been talking about the newly constructed green terminus and how it has affected them. Thank you.
So I would do, first of all, my name is Engineer Michael Chang. I'm the Director of Roads, Transport and Public Works in Nairobi Metropolitan Services. I think today we have done our second test run, which is the most elaborate. It involved dropping and picking of passengers. This began at 4 o'clock, and we were to end it at 8 o'clock. What we have observed from 4 o'clock, there was more vehicles which came with less passengers. But as we picked at 6 o'clock, it was giving us the results that we had intended, that the number of vehicles and the number of passengers were commensurate. In fact, the park was not even stretched. The capacity was almost empty, showing that it can still hold even many more vehicles as we had projected. What we observe is that we'll improve a few things so that it makes the passengers more aware of where to pick the vehicles, and also where the vehicles are supposed to be parked. We'll talk with the owners of the vehicles so that they know exactly which is their slots in terms of the routes and in terms of the circles. That seems to be something we are going to tidy up. But all in all, it was successful. We are now very confident that this park will enable the movement of vehicles from the railway station and Akati be accommodated here successfully, and that passengers will use it peacefully. We'll increase the security elements. We'll also increase the availability of vehicles that will deal with passengers who are disabled, passengers who may not be able to make it to town, in collaboration with other government agencies. For now, we are also doing the Park Road, we are doing the Sai, and we are also doing the Westland Terminus. We are soon embarking on the Workshop Road Terminus, which will be dealing with all vehicles that are coming from Mombasa Road side. We are also going to do with the Landis Road Terminus, which will be dealing with vehicles coming from Jogoo Road side. By the time we finish this terminus, including the one just next to the Globe Roundabout, across the Grogan Road, on that side, we are going to put a terminus that will also be dealing with all the PSV vehicles coming along Thika Road. We'll also terminate there. Those facilities will enable public service vehicles operate within walking distances to the center of the CBD, and only the BRT vehicles eventually will be allowed to cross into the city and on the outspan. This park also accommodates not only PSV vehicles, but it accommodates, we have a big terminal here for the borders. We have a big terminal here for the taxis, the Ubers, the Bolts, and so on. They have a terminal for them, so that passengers who are here can choose the mode of transport that they want. The border area, we are going to regulate it and make sure it is safe for our passengers, and also it is safe for the commuters who are using it. Regulations are currently under the working, and we will ensure that once we are properly regulated transport system, they will offer the necessary services to our wananchi as it should be required.
Thank you so much.